Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to Virtual Racing Network. Tonight, we are bringing you some racing action here from Talladega Superspeedway, and it is about to go down here in the next 10 minutes or so. And I'm not sure which Tim you were talking about, but I have not heard about Tim. I'm not sure who Tim is, but we are about ready to get this thing going. As always, before we dive in to all of the racing details, we need to hop over and thank the sponsors for tonight's race. And the sponsor is Moggs, Missouri German Shepherd Rescue. Make sure you check them out and donate today if you have a heart at all. And of course, most of you do out there. Head on over there to Moggs on Facebook, donate to them if you can head over to the website as well. Excuse me, right, that had a little hiccup going on there. And of course, on the broadcast side of things, here tonight, we have a lot of sponsors that make it possible here for 2019. Those do include Northwest Racing Series, Wolves Beard Co. Beard Balm, RaceOnTexas.com, World of Thunder, the official dirt league of Virtual Racing Network, Hanover Wrecker Service, bringing all your cautions here tonight. On the Edge Motorsports, your official Wicked Energy Gum retailer. Huffman Designs for all your iRacing paint needs. RaceCore Online Racing League. You can check them out here on Sundays and Tuesdays. And last but not least, of course, is Crumbs Custom Graphics. If you need a logo made for a business, a broadcasting company, league, whatever it may be, if you need a logo, head on over and check out Crumbs Custom Graphics there. Get a hold of Paul Crum right today. Alright, give us just a minute there. We'll see if we can't fix that robotic sound. We do apologize for that. It sounded a little funny. We'll see if we can fix it. Alright, should be coming back online now. We'll see here. I'm not sure. Facebook may be coming back online here shortly. I'm not sure if Facebook is going to come back or not. But let us know in the the YouTube chat if it does sound better. It should be back up by now. Go ahead and go to live here ourselves, and it is much better. That is good to hear. So back to what we were talking about. Is apparently OBS needed to be reset there for a little bit. So we had to, again, I do apologize that it is rare that it happens, but technical problems can happen as computers will be computers and technology will be technology. But we have 7 minutes on the clock here for the countdown to the green flag drop for qualifying. Here again at Talladega Superspeedway, qualifying coming up next. We have 80 laps on the books here tonight. It is going to be a long night of racing. So far, we got about 16 drivers that have made the trip to the race. Of course, the minimum here is going to 10, so hopefully we'll keep that throughout the night as they, again, are in practice here at the moment. While we have that moment, we do want to remind everyone that tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas. If you are in the market for a new or used car and in the state of Texas or the surrounding area, make sure you go over and check them out. That is Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas. As we're going to go back to our scenic mode here, so we can kind of pan around this track. It is a magnificent facility here, a 2.5, actually over 2.5, 2.65 miles long here. Your track temp right now, 87 degrees, your air temp 65, so significantly warmer than your air temp here as they've been laying down some heat on this track. So we'll see. That may fluctuate here a little bit as it did just drop a degree. We'll be going up and down throughout the night. 1 mile per hour wind out of the north right now, so not a very windy night, but definitely gonna be a toasty one on the track. Not so much for the fans. It's gonna be a little chilly out there at 65 degrees, so we'll see just how that goes later on tonight. We're going to step away here for just a moment. We're going to see if maybe we can't get a driver or two in here to talk to them. So give us just 1 minute and we will be right back. All right, we are back here, and they're actually getting stuff sorted out here. There's not too many on the track at the moment. They will be going into a driver's meeting here in the near future. We'll see. Tonight should be a crazy night of racing. For everyone out there that's not familiar with iRacing or racing in general here, when it comes to super speedway racing, it is a different beast. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong here. They do have 5 fast repairs. So when it comes to fast repairs, assuming they don't have to tow, they should be able to get down pit road and get that car fixed fairly quickly and be back out on the track without losing any laps. But if they have to tow, you're going to be stuck on pit road for at least 3 to 4 minutes, which will put you at least 2 laps down, possibly 3 before it's all said and done. But that is for later on. We'll be finding all that information out later. Just really depends on when the cautions happen, if we have any cautions. And this track here is at Talladega a little bit wider than Daytona, the other major super speedway here in the NASCAR circuit. So you do have a little bit more wiggle room with this one, as we have Clintus here in a chat. As I thought you were on the racetrack there, so you're off the racetrack, but welcome to chat. So again, you have a little bit more room to get around this track, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they maneuver. You have the high lane, of course, and the bottom lane, and depending on who goes with you, you may have that inside middle lane to work with as not. Of course, if you're not familiar with the terminology here at Super Speedways, getting inside that middle lane is considered normally, not all the time, but is considered the sucker hole. And the reason they call it that is because, well, you're a sucker if you get in there. People like to get other people into the sucker hole, that middle lane, and then they go back down to the bottom or go back to the top. And if you are, say, first, second, third, and you get stuck in that sucker hole, you could very easily drop back 10, 12, 15 spots, depending on where you are, and just literally go to the back of this field just like that. In less than a lap, you can go from battling 3 wide for the lead all the way back to 16th place, as that's how many we have here tonight. So you really have to you really got to be careful who you work with and make sure they don't dump you. Trust me, if you get dumped by somebody, or I say dumped, if you get hung out to dry is more the appropriate term, they will remember that, and they will pay it back to you later on in the night. And Clintus, you just stopping by, is that you're in the racing. You're not going to be racing with us here tonight. And let's say we got Sebastian in chat as well, so welcome, Sebastian. But again, right now, if Clintus doesn't race, that's going to be 15, as we do have him here in the session. But right now, only 16 drivers have made it. We'll find out here in a second if Clintus is going to be racing with us or not. All right, we got 55 seconds left on the clock, so let's go ahead and bring up some of your times real fast, and we'll go over your top 20 times. Of course, there's only 16, so we'll just go through the top 16. As right now, it looks like Jeremy Funk and Will Rodarmer have not put in times. Meanwhile, of course, Lewis, we'll remember how to say his name. I can't remember if we got a correct pronunciation on that. it was Accardo, is how you pronounce that last name. And we did get a name here for the 78 of Adrian. Is Adrian Piedra is how you pronounce that name. I believe that is correct. Hopefully he told us, and hopefully I did get it right, but I believe it is Piedra, so hopefully that is correct. We didn't butcher it anyway, even after he told us. But those are the two that we have there that we try to always get names right. We do not want to butcher them too bad here on the channel, but the checkered flag has waved as it is just a few moments away from qualifying. As there you see, the clock has come to an end. And we got a few names not showing up, the 12 and the 24. That is Lewis Accardo, and the 24, Brandon Andrews. Those names not showing up there due to a little glitch. We may reset the overlays here in just a little bit. But first off, we're going to drop down to the track, as it's going to be open qualifying. I completely forgot they do this. But it's open qualifying here tonight. So we're actually going to zoom out. It's going to be a while before they get some laps in. So we are going to step away here and just let them get some laps in. As soon as laps come in, we will come back live on the mic and we'll go over some times. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as the times are starting to come in. Again, it's open qual, so they don't have any set amount of laps, so we got about 3 minutes. We do have league owner in here, Russell, that wants to go over some stuff real fast for the fans out there, so we're going to hand the mic over to him.
So, to explain things off, just so you guys know, the 78 car of Adrian will be starting from pit road, and he will go a lap down because of actions of what happened at Kansas. The only reason because of that is because he ended up getting proof shown for actions that happened to get his 2-race or 1-race suspension lifted, and we thought a suitable punishment for him would be to start a lap down and then work his way back up through the field to get back onto the lap. So if there's any 78 fans out there, just thought I'd let you know, say that's what the deal is.
Alright, they have just given an explanation there of what is going to be happening, why the 78 will be starting on pit road. But times are coming in here just slowly but surely, so it'll be interesting. Obviously, we heard that Russell's not going to be qualifying. But Clemens LaBeouf is at the top of the charts right now with a 49.978. But again, kind of almost like watching the race here, as we got a pack going on because of the way it is. It's open qual, so you can run in a group like this, and really the guy out front, not necessarily the one that's going to have the advantage. As we'll see. Right now, second place does belong to the 23, and that is Clemens LaBeouf. So he is the fastest driver, but he's not the first one on the track. And that is, of course, our first one in this group anyway. As we're going to see the 3 now. I expect to see some good times for him. And we do on that lap. Warren Watkins, 50.362. So again, if you're behind the front car, you're getting the draft, and the third car in line is then getting drafted as well. So really, the second or third person usually is the one that gets the better push here than the one up front. They're the one taking the brunt and all of the force from cutting through that air. So the people behind them are benefiting a little bit more. So that's just a little bit of an explanation there if you don't know how racing works at super speedway races. That is why the guy up front, right now it's Will Road Armor in that 37 machine out front in the 50. Those guys probably aren't going to get the fastest lap. Probably going to go to the 8 if there's a faster lap. And we'll see right there. We talked about it. Trenton Sneed. He was in that group right there. He's second in the group, and he just ran a 49.828. So the front car, not necessarily the spot you want to be in qualifying. And we'll see. This is why during the race, coming to the end, we may see some slingshot moves from that second or third car. They are a little bit faster, and they'll try to slingshot to the outside or slingshot to the inside and make a pass for the lead. That is what makes it possible because you're just a little bit faster. We'll see this time by. Is it going to be the 8 or the 3 that runs a faster lap? Then a little connection issue, and it's not going to matter. Qualifying is over. They have those last 30 seconds. And there you see, I just talked about it, the 3 of Warren Watkins ran a 49.572. He was the third car in line, fastest on the track at that time by. And now they're going to break it up just here a little bit, as they're not going to make it back to the line in time. So that'll do it here for qualifying, as it's going to be Warren Watkins, and looks like they're the 2. Jacob Hoppy, that's going to be, Hoppy, that's going to be the second fastest one here as time is coming to an end. Alright, it is time to get down to your walls at Beard Co. Starting a grid. And if it, Clinus, is that true? It is your 13th birthday today. And so, well, of course, congrats on turning 13, and happy birthday to you there, Clinus. As, you know, we give him a lot of crap because he's the young one here. But, of course, happy birthday indeed to you if it is your birthday for the 13th time of your life. Let's get down to the Walls Beard Co. starting grid, though. On row 1 is going to be the number 3 of Warren Watkins, and on this outside is going to be the 2 of Jacob Hoppy. On row 2 is going to be the 29 of Harrison Chandler and the 8 of Trenton Sneed. Row 3 is going to be the 23 of Clinus LaBeouf and the 37 of Will Road Armor. Row 4 is going to be the 75 of Scott Mertz and the 24 of Brandon Andrews. Row 5 is going to be the 13 of Ryan Flanagan and the 50 of Brandon Morris. Row 6 is going to be the 97 of Jeffrey Funk and the 14 of Jeffrey Price. Row 7 is going to be the 80 of Russell Caney and the 12 of Louis Accardo. In row 8, it's going to be the 88 of Joshua Kane and the 78 of Adrian. Again, we will get that one right. Piedra. So Adrian Piedra in the 78 machine. And nobody in row 9. We have 16 drivers here, 8 rows, getting ready to start this race. If you're watching it here, you're here for Bonehead Racing League on the Virtual Racing Network, the 7th division of RaceOnTexas.com, as they are pacing here for one lap before we get going. Alright, as you can see there, the lights are off on the pace car. And they're off on the wall, so we are going racing this time by. Here is right now. We'll go to the front. Again, don't listen to that. It's not Harrison Chandler that's out front. It is going to be the 3 of Warren Watkins that is your pulser here for tonight. On his outside, going to be the number 2 of Jacob Hobby that is on his outside in that U-Haul number 2. And they are ready to go. Pace car will be diving off momentarily. Alright, there you see the pace car already making its descent to pit road. It doesn't just drop off like it does at some tracks. It actually goes below the line like a normal pace car would. It goes on to pit road. And we are set to go racing here at Talladega Super Speedway. As they're going to take them a slow, steady pace to start this race here from that number 3 of Warren Watkins. Pace car parks it on pit road. Green flag is out. We are racing here for the BHR League on Virtual Racing Network, a sim division of RaceOnTexas.com. And we'll see. Again, they have 5 fast repairs. 80 laps is the distance here tonight. It is going to be a long night of racing here as we're just getting started here about 7:15 Central Time. And we'll see how it does work out for everybody here tonight. So far, they're 2 wide all the way back. As it looks like you got the number 3 of Warren Watkins. He's going to pull out kind of all by himself there in that front row, but he's not going to get strung out too far ahead as the number 2 trying to get in there. It looks like we're going to have the 29 of Harrison Chandler also making moves as well. So we'll have to wait and see how this one does work out. Again, right now it's going to be Adrian who is coming out of pit road. Adrian Paedra, that is coming down after that penalty from last week's race. He is going to now come out of pit road, and you see he is indeed showing, actually, yeah, there he is, showing 1 lap down here at the moment. Unfortunate for him, but they're already starting to shake it up below the yellow line just a little bit. That is the last thing you want to do, is dipping below that yellow line. Not so bad for you in the straights, but if you do that in the corner, it could really mess up your day and somebody else's, as we're only on lap number 2. And if I was a betting man, I would bet that Adrian Paedra is going to get those laps back, or at least laps back here shortly, as the way they're slicing and dicing through this field right now. I would expect to see a caution here. Maybe not soon, but we will see a caution for sure. It just really depends on how many is Warren Watkins going to have blink out there. He's back on the track now. Talk about a scary moment if you're the 23 right now behind him, Aquinas LaBeouf, and he completely disappears for a straightaway and comes back in front of him. So just not what he wanted there, not what he expected. As we're going to go back here, I believe that's the 8 of Trenton Sneed. He's not in that middle sucker hole, but he is on the outside, and it's kind of turned into the sucker hole as nobody went up there to help him on the 3rd row. And you see right there, he is just being straight shot to the back. And there is Will Roadarmor. He was in the middle, but he's kind of sorted it out and kept it going here as we're about to come start lap number 4 at the line. 3 laps down on lap number 4 of 80 here tonight. Back to the front we go, as it wasn't too many spots up. Right now it is Jacob Hoppy that is out front in the number 2 machine, followed by Chandler, Mertz, Andrews, and LaBeouf sitting in your top 5 positions. But again, that will shake up multiple times here tonight in this race. It will go back and forth as to who your race leader is going to be. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight, whether it's your first time or you've been here multiple times. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the thumbs up on the race if you liked it itself. Again, you're watching BHR here on Virtual Racing Network. And while we have a moment, we're going to go silent on the mic here for just a minute. And we're going to let these cars do the talking, as we're going to go on board here. Let's go on board with Aquinas. Why not, as he's working his way to 4th. Again, I believe it's his birthday is what he said in chat. So let's go on board with him here for a lap or so and just give you an idea of what it's like to be him here racing tonight. All right, we are back there again. That was just a little ride along there with the blindness above, just to see what it's like to be him. And you see a little smoke come out of the back of a car. That was the 88 that smoke came from. That is not a blown engine or anything like that. What that is a little connection issue. Kind of picture it if you've ever seen an airplane land. As soon as they hit the ground, tires spinning, they cause smoke. That's essentially what it is. It's a connection issue. It's a glitch that's going on. But when when they blink out and the tires immediately hit the track spinning, it causes that little bit of smoke. That's what you're seeing. Nothing more than that. So nothing wrong with the car on the 88 machine of Joshua Kane. He is still going strong here right at the moment. Back in 14th position. But again, no issues other than that connection issue that happened there for a split second. He does not have any damage or anything like that to the car. So we go back up to the front. It's still Jacob Hoppy that's out front, followed by Harrison Chandler, Clintus LaBeouf, Will Road Armor, and Jeff Price. And we got Jeff Price going around, and that's going to bring out a caution. Let's go and see what happened here to the 14 of Jeff Price. Going to the instant replay, we'll go, of course, to the Sames Ford aerial cam, and see, that's not even going to be a good shot here tonight. So let's go and see if we can get a different angle here and see what might have happened. As you're watching the 14 here, Jeff Price, and it looks like just a hook from the 75. And again, the 75 is going to be Scott Mertz, so a hook there a little bit from the 75 of Scott Mertz, and around goes the 14 of Jeff Price, and that'll bring us to caution number 1 here tonight. And I'm not sure, they may come down, they may stay out, we'll see, as they're stacking them up there on pit road, or pit road, on the track there. We'll see if they're gonna come to pit road, but we are gonna step away here from the mic, go to a quick commercial break, as we're under caution here for the first time tonight at Talladega Superspeedway.
Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Flow.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody came down pit road, most of them taking either 2 tires or no tires. We did have some 4-tire stops here as we're looking at our third place driver, Will Road Armor, who did take 14.4 seconds. So obviously, 4 tires and fuel for him. Looks like Harrison Chandler, Jacob Hoppy, Clinus LaBeouf going to take anywhere from 5 to 7 seconds. So those top 3 obviously taking 2 tires or fuel only. Behind them, Scott Mertz, Trenton Sneed, Warren Watkins, Brandon Morse, all these guys taking 4 tires and fuel. As we're going to get to our main camera here, the lights are off on the pace car. We will go racing once again to start lap number 12. And a big shout out out there we want to give to Jason Allison from ibog.co out there working on the new overlays for us. We do have a new set coming here in the well, we'll say near future. We'll just go with future for that matter. We're not rushing these. We're gonna take our time and add just about everything you can imagine to them to better bring you all the racing action. That being said, we of course want to get you that information that it is time to take the green flag one more time. It is still a little ways off here. You're watching Bonehead Racing League on virtualracingnetwork.net. As again, right about here would normally be the start-finish line. At most tracks, that's not the case here at Talladega Superspeedway. As right there they start going, and not sure why the green flag not triggering there, but we're going to go ahead and switch it to the green flag, as for some reason it did not trigger. But regardless, green flag is out here, and we are racing once again. It's going to be Harrison Chandler out front in the 29. I believe this is 129 on his car, but it is the number 29 here. Will Road Armor in the 37 right behind him, followed by the 2 of Jacob Hoppy and the 8 of Trenton Sneed, and right now the 23 of Clinus LaBeouf in the 5th spot. Now he's going to take 4th from Trenton Sneed. Sneed gonna go back 1 spot. It looks like Warren Watkins gonna have a little bit of a connection issue, but he sorts it out, and we keep racing. It'll be interesting to see. They are 3 wide for the lead, coming to the line, and it's gonna be Will Road Armor that leads the lap. He has led his first lap here tonight, as they are 3 wide. Right behind him is gonna be Trenton Sneed in the 8, and they're gonna try to make it 4 wide. That didn't quite work out. Now we've got the 37 and the 2 of Hoppy and Sneed right now straight through the middle. They are 3 wide, 2 deep, trying to make it work. And this could get very interesting to see. We may have a big one coming here soon, and it looks like the 2 would. Well, he almost got stuck out there. That is Jacob Hoppy in the 2. He almost got stuck out alone, but it looks like he's going to have the 80 of Russell Kinney that's going to come in there and try to help him as well. So he's not going to be completely alone, but Will Road Armor still out front leading this race. The 23 doesn't quite know where he wants to go with Clinus LaBeouf, as he may want to get to the bottom of this racetrack, just not being able to find the room. It looks like he has it now, but he doesn't really want to go down now. He's got the 2 and the 80 pushing him. So right now you have, again, the 2 and the 80 that are going to be pushing him just a little bit. So we'll see if he does opt to go down to the bottom, if he gets a chance, or if he's going to stay up front and try to lead this little pack here in the middle groove. And they are going to lose the 80 of Russell Caney, as he's going to drop down to the bottom. And the 2, I think, would have time to get down there of Jacob Hoppy, but he's not. He's going to stay where he's at. So right now it's 5 on 2. And then you have to go a little ways back before you get to Russell Caney in 8th place. And he's also got, I believe that's the 18. No, it's not the 18. I'm not sure who it is on his outside. Can't quite see the number. The 78, and big one happened in the top 5 involved. Let's go back and take a look at somehow in the world Clinus LaBeouf getting through this. But I don't think he was unscathed. Let's take a look and see what happened. We'll look here from the perspective of the 23 of Clinus LaBeouf to see what happened to bring out this caution. Right there. Oh, the 29 gets around the 37. Again, the 29 is looking him up. That is going to be Harrison Chandler. That gets to the back number of the 37. And let's go back one more time if we could here. Let's go to Harrison Chandler. And let's go on board with him real fast. And you'll see. And actually, if we could, let's go to the nose. And right there is the bump. And around he goes. Harrison Chandler getting to the back bumper of the 37 to Will Road Armor. And around both of them go. Well, it looks more like Will Road Armor is going to get the worst end of the deal as we go back to live. We'll see, will they be coming down at pit road this time? As at the moment you see right there, it is 15 down on lap 16. Clintus Abuff leading here at Talladega Super Speedway. We'll be right back after commercial break as we are under caution once again here for the second time so far, 3 laps of caution.
Down into turn number 4, trying to run down the 61 of Aaron Corley. Aaron Corley still your race leader, followed by Tommy Fain, Bobby Miller, Gary Williams, and Shelby Williams. Gary Williams, Diamonds, turn number 3.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The lights are off on the pace car. As we had just about everybody come down pit road. Russell Caney did not come down pit road this last time by. He has 10 there, and it looks like Brandon Andrews didn't come down either, as he has 10 on his. So a couple of drivers not coming down pit road this last time should get interesting. I don't think those tires are really going to make a big difference anyway, although they could. We'll see. Pace car getting ready to dive off. But of course, remember that pace car dives off. We have a long ways to go. Let's go on board here with Brandon Andrews in that 24 machine real quick here, if we could. And you see right here, as we're going to go on board here for the restart, the 24, that is Brandon Andrews, even though his name's not showing up. And the flag stand is way up there, that little white area in the sand, but the green flag is out, and we are racing. Is right there. He does a good job of staying with Russell Caney. Here's we're going to go back to our main camera. Again, those two side by side in this entire field, side by side right now here at Talladega Super Speedway. You're watching Bonehead Racing League on Virtual Racing Network. And Harrison Chandler is in the number 29 machine. He's in second place now. Russell Caney going to fall back one spot. Jacob Hoppy sitting in fourth position in the number 2 machine. As we'll see, it looks like Russell Caney and Harrison Chandler are going to have a knockout drag down the battle here at the moment. Everyone is on the lead lap right now. That is mainly due to the fact that they do have 5 fast repairs. With that many fast repairs, you can stay on the lead lap pretty much the entire race, assuming you don't just have toe after toe after toe with cautions coming out. So you really can almost not go off the lead lap here in the race with that kind of fast repairs. We'll see. Will Road Armor here at the moment in that 37 machine, kind of all by himself, but here comes the number 3 of Warren Watkins. He's going to go up there to help him, and Trenton Sneed going to sneak up to the top as well. And that General Lee number 8 machine, he is going to take it to the high side. So you got 3, I'm not sure if they're officially teammates, but I know they can talk to each other during this race. So 3 very competitive drivers running together right now. Just in front of them is going to be the 78, the 80, and the 2. That is going to be Adrian Piedra, followed by the 80 of Russell Caney. And, well, it was going to be, there it is, the 2 as well of Jacob Hoppy. Those 3 together as well. And the 75 now kind of getting shoved back through the back of this field. That is going to be Scott Mertz in the 75. And he was up into the second lane. He decided to go to the third lane, and now he has a Will Road Armor kind of pushing him a little bit as well. But that is the only person that's up there helping him, as they're going to kind of single file out here on lap number 21. It's going to be lap 22, 21 laps completed this time by the line. Out front, of course, is the 24 of Brandon Andrews leading this race here at the moment. Again, just because you're leading right now doesn't mean you'll be leading it later on here tonight, as so many things can go wrong here at Talladega. And we'll see. We're getting reports, so let us know if you can't. Let us know if you can hear us. We're getting reports that we can't be heard on the stream, so let us know if you can hear us out there. If you don't respond, we'll assume you can. All right, so getting our good old buddy Chuck Kemper out there watching tonight. So Chuck, let us know if you can hear us there. Shoot us a text and let us know if you can hear us. We might have been under caution when you got that text to us, as we weren't talking under the caution. They're just so long with 6-minute cautions that there's just not enough to talk about. All right, so we can be heard. So yeah, it must have been during under caution, but good to know that Chuck Kemper is out there watching here. As you know, we talk to him from time to time. Make sure he's safe there in Oklahoma with all these tornadoes and storms that are going off and firing off in Oklahoma lately. So a big, good relief to know that he is good and safe. So good to see he can hear us too. And Brandon Andrews out front, Harrison Chandler right there with him in the number 29 machine, followed by Adrian Piedra and the 97 of Jeremy Funk. Jeremy Funk came out of nowhere in the number 97 machine, started 11th. He's up to 5th place right now, been as low as 16th place. And I'm not sure where he came from, but obviously 11th place, but he did not have a real good starting outside the top 10, and he has worked his way through this field. But that is a product of Talladega and Super Speedway Racing. You can come from the bottom to the top, no pun intended to the song, but you definitely can, and so that's what he's doing here tonight. And so far, just to go over our caution information here at Talladega Super Speedway, it is 2 cautions for 4 laps. I'm not sure that's 100% accurate here, as 4, as we had 3 before, so we'll see 2 laps of caution. That may be about right. But regardless, back to the front we go. It's Andrews, Chandler, Piedra, Hoppy, Funk are your top 5 here at the moment. Russell Caney just outside the top 5, sitting in a 6th position. Alright, let's go back. Let's check in with some of our drivers back here that are in the back of this field. Not, of course, that they typically are back here. Jeff Price, Trenton Sneed back here. These guys are back here due to incidents on the track. They'll work their way back through this field, I'm sure, later on tonight. But again, they're only back here because of incidents that occurred on the track. Everyone right now about 10 laps on their stint. We do have Jeff Price with 16 laps on this stint, and if you go a little bit, then you have the 80 of Russell Caney with 18, and your leader right now, that is Brandon Andrews, has 17 laps on his tires compared to 10 in the top, about top 5 right now, all surrounding him. So it goes to show you that tires, not necessarily a big factor here when it comes to super speedway racing. Yeah, well, I think it might have been during the caution there when we weren't talking, something going on. But he did say he could hear us later on, so I think it just was during the caution. But again, just to give a shout out there to ibug.co, who's talking in chat, working on those new overlays for us. They are looking amazing so far. Again, we're not doing what we typically do. We typically just rush to get them out as quick as we can to debut them. We are not even going to show them off remotely in any way until they are done, and trust me, they are going to be some state-of-the-art stuff going on, as we got a little smoke going on from a connection issue there. Will Road Armor going to be falling back a few spots. He's going to lose about 4 or 5 spots as he goes to the high side and can't quite make it work. He's side by side with the 88 of Joshua Kane, and I know we got some Joshua Kane fans out here. We are on lap 28 of 80, and we're just about at the 50 to go mark. While we have a moment to do this, let's go up here to let's go to Harrison Chandler again. Let's go on board with him for a lap or 2 and just let the cars do the talking and see what it is like to go around this track. All right, they are coming to the line this time. Should be an interesting one. Is right there is the line. We go back to our main camera, and again, you're watching a heck of a battle here tonight. As Brandon Andrews out front in the number 24, followed by Adrian Piedra, who, again, we heard earlier, had a 2-race suspension, and the admin control, or the admin team there, or Leona Russell Caney, lifting the 2-race suspension and issuing a 1-lap penalty in place of that. So he got that lap back. He's now battling for second position. So again, due to actions last week, getting a 2-race suspension getting lifted in place of a 1-lap penalty here at Talladega Super Speedway. And now here he is battling for the lead, now battling for second. Excuse me, as Harrison Chandler is going to get by him. So right now, your top 5 at the moment are Andrews, Piedra, Chandler, Hoppy, and Funk. Those are your top 5 drivers here at Talladega Super Speedway. And it's turned into a very good night of racing as we're closing on the halfway point here in 10 laps. Again, that halfway point, we will step away if we don't have a caution for a commercial break. And we come back, we'll kind of recap the first portion of this race. As right now, it is Brandon Andrews out front. We kind of have 2 distinct groups going on. While everyone is on the lead lap, you have to go back here just a little bit of ways to the number 12 of Lewis Accardo, who is leading this second group, followed by Ryan Flanagan, Scott Mertz, Joshua Kane, Warren Watkins, and then it looks like Brandon Morrison, the 50, is going to be way trailing this field as he's right there crossing the line. And here come your lead group, and they're going to be in turn 4, so he will go a lap down here momentarily if we do not see a caution come out to shake things up before that all does shake out. So we'll see if he will go a lap down or will we see a caution. We've seen those 2 cautions so far. If that's it, we have not seen any more. These guys are getting a little choppy out there. We've seen a little bumper rubbing going on, but so far nothing too terribly major going on that I think is just going to be an absolute caution coming out. Again, going to be very interesting. We of course want to remind everybody, if you're new here to the channel, make sure you head on over there to the channel. Well, obviously you're there, but hit that subscribe button, and if you haven't before in the past, of course, hit that thumbs up button if you like it. And of course, if you just want to be a even more avid supporter of Virtual Racing Network, we do have a brand new support system on our brand new website at virtualracingnetwork.net. There are technically 5 different packages, 4 of which get you a ton of benefits on the website. There are 2, a monthly and a yearly one for supporting VRN. And of course, there's a monthly and a yearly package on there, packages, where you can support VRN and get you a membership to raceontexas.com for all of the racing, real life racing as well. So you can support both and get a dual membership. And we do have some giveaway plans here for VRN, which will be supporters only on the website. One of those does include a full sim racing rig from Extreme Sim Racing. So make sure you sign up today. Of course, that is again for supporters only and not the free one. You must be one of the paid supporters supporting us here if you want to be a part of that. So definitely head on over to virtualracingnetwork.net and sign up today and become one of the official VRN supporters. Meanwhile, up front here tonight, still Brandon Andrews. He has got up front and now he has led 13 laps. We are 34 laps complete. 35 is what we're on right now. And they still are trying to make it 3 wide, but they're thinking better of it here. They don't want to try anything too risky this early in the race. Meanwhile, up front, or being pushed up front, is the 29. He is pushing Brandon Andrews very well, followed by Will Rodarmer. And, of course, up there in that outside row, in the front of it, is the 78 of Adrian Piedra. Again, due to the league admin pulling, or the league owner there, I guess all in one and the same, pulling the 2-week suspension in place of a 1-lap penalty here in the race. That put him back in contention here. He is now no laps down due to the first caution coming out, and he is battling for the lead, being pushed by the number 2 of Jacob Hobby here tonight. But will he be able to get the win is the question. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. As Russell Caney back there in 6th position. That's kind of where he's been all night long. He really hasn't gone forward and he hasn't gone backwards too terribly much since the start. He did start 13th. He's in 6th, 7th. That's again right about where he's been most of this race since we got started. All right, so let's see. Let's go check in with Facebook chat real fast, and not seeing too terribly much going on over there. Facebook seems to be where it is at here tonight, or YouTube, sorry, seems to be where it's at here tonight. So we want to thank everybody, of course, for tuning in. As again, I expect to see more happening here in these closing laps. Here with about, I'd say, 10 to go, I expect to see some shaking up. But while we're watching this, we're just going to go silent here for a minute. Let these cars do the talking once again here for a lap or two. So just sit back and watch these cars here as we're going to basically clear the screen here for you. So give us just a minute. We're going to just let the cars do the talking for you. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, you are watching Bonehead Racing League here on Virtual Racing Network, the Sim division of RaceOnTexas.com. And whoops, sorry about that. Not a mic issue there. Had a little blue in the mic. We do apologize for that. They are still side by side. It's still Andrews out front leading this race. As we are closing in, this time by will be officially at the halfway point as they complete lap number 40. And right about there will be the halfway point. We are 40 down, 40 to go here at Talladega Super Speedway. So far, so good here as far as cautions go. So we're going to step away here for just a moment, and we'll come back after this quick commercial break. We're going to recap the halfway point so far. All right, we're back. Caution is out on the speedway. The 24 going around your race leader. What was your race leader? Again, the caution coming out here as we're on lap 42. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened here. Let's go to a different camera angle and see. Did the 78 get to the back bumper of the 24? Indeed, a nudge. 2 nudges. The 78 takes out the 24 here, and he takes out himself in the process. But the 24, 2 nudges to the back bumper to the 24. So again, the 78 of Adrian Paedra getting to the back bumper twice, giving 2 shots to the back bumper of Brandon Andrews in the 24, and that will spin the 24 around. And they say take out, but he is going to be back in this once he gets that fast repair used. But your leader getting 2 shots to his back bumper. And, of course, the second one completely spinning him around and taking out a few cars at the front of the field. As your new race leader is going to be Harrison Chandler. We were just at a caution, so I expect to see cars come down. Right now, it's Chandler, Hoppy, Road Armor, Caney, and LaBeouf. Out of your top 5, we'll step away and we'll go over pit stops and who comes down, what happens, and we come back here in just a few moments when those lights go off and we go racing again. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here live on the mic. And, of course, everyone came down pit road this time. We got a few drivers that are tagging the back that just left pit road. That's going to be the 13 of Ryan Flanagan, the 97 of Jeremy Funk, and it looks like also Jeff Price and Brandon Andrews going to come down pit road there. One of the last few to come down. Somebody hitting the blue cone there. I'm not sure who would have hit it, but somebody up there. They didn't come out of pit road. They just decided to hit it, and now it's magically back in its place. But Harrison Chandler leading the race right now, as we'll see one, I guess we'll call the culprit of the caution here on the last time. That is the 78 of Adrian Piedra, causing the caution there, getting to the back bumper of the 24. Your race leader hits him once, gets him a little bit loose, and then hits him again to finish him off, spins him around, and collects about 6 cars total in the caution. And, of course, just to recap there, that was our third caution of the night for 7 laps. Here is again the 78 getting to the back bumper of the 24 for caution number 3. We've had 14 different lead changes here tonight. Pace car sitting set to drop back off of the track. You're watching Bonehead Racing League here on Virtual Racing Network. We are a sim division of RaceOnTexas.com. Make sure you check them out at RaceOnTexas.com for all your live and on-demand racing action from Texas and Louisiana. Of course, obviously out there filming last night at Monarch Motor Speedway. It is live on the it is live, but it is on the on-demand page now for $9.99 a month or $100 a year. You can get all of that action. But back to this action as we are racing once again here. As it is Harrison Chandler that is out front, followed by Will Roadarmer in third, as it just now is going to be Jacob Hoppy that's in second. Russell Caney in fourth place. And now he's going to be in fifth as Adrian Piedra is going to take fourth from him. And we'll see Adrian Piedra trying to work his way back to the field, and it's like deja vu all over again. Here, if the 24 can get back up there, he is way back though in 12th place. We'll see. We're watching this front group here. Let's zoom in a little bit if we can, just to give a feel for this. Look how much they're zigzagging around. The 37 with a bold move to the bottom side, and he will take second place for the moment. We'll see. Let's go back up to Harrison Chandler here in the 29 machine. Will Roadarmer in second place. Adrian Piedra right there with the 29. And looks like he's not content with that. He's going to take it to the outside, and that may be his undoing here as the 2 cars going to go with him along with the 80. So you're going to have Piedra. And we'll see. They're going to make it 3 wide. Let's zoom out here just a little bit to see if we can get a better angle. And looks like Will Roadarmer is going to stay on the bottom. He's going to lead the race right now. The 29 of Harrison Chandler in the sucker hole, and that is what they call it. He became the sucker right now as he's going to fall 1, 2, 3, 4 spots, possibly even more. But he's got the 24 coming up to help him if he can get there in a hurry. They're 3 wide, and there go 2 cars. It's going to be Adrian Piedra to the front, followed by Jacob Hoppy in the 2. As they slide out, and we got contact being made as the 29 gives a shot to the 37. Contact made, and the whole back of the field's taken out. Caution is out once again, and this all started back here with the 37 of Will Roadarmer as he got a shot from the 29. So let's go back and take a look and see what happened. And we're going to have to see if we can get a better angle here. And right in here, we're about to see it scoots up a little bang. So the 29 and the 37 making a little contact to make even more contact. And that is it. The whole back of the field, all but the front 2 cars, get involved in this one. Let's go back and take another look here. We're going to go to the aerial cam brought to you by Sames Ford. Again, watch the 29 and the 27 The 29 really in the middle, didn't have a whole lot of room to go. The 75 kind of pushes him. Right there, they make contact. He gets him back, and that is it. As it is on from there, and that is going to spell disaster for the back of this field. Again, we're going to take one more look at that here from that aerial cam again. Again, watch the 29 and the 37. We'll see they're pinched real tight here. But when he tries to get in here between the 80 and they're tight, and he gives him a little bump right there. And then right there, around goes the 37 and the 29, the 80 getting involved as well. So many ways you could look at that right now. We won't dissect that too much more. What we do know is Adrian Piedra and Jacob Hoppy make it through. And here comes the 24 of Brandon Andrews back to third place as he worked his way through all the carnage to make his way up to third place here. So we're under caution once again here for the first time, or the fourth time here at Talladega Super Speedway. And it looks like all of your front two are going to come down pit road. So we will be back here in just a few moments. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Lights are off on the pace car. As you see, your front two did not come down pit road here with 29 laps to go. We're going to be 28 to go when we get to the line. We are on lap number 52. We'll be going green to start lap 53 of 80 here tonight, as we are under another Hanover Wrecker Service caution. Again, Adrian Piedra did not come down, as well as Jacob Hoppy did not come down. So your front two not coming down 9 laps on their tires. 2 for everyone else. Of course, everyone else is under caution. So this, we'll see. It's going to get interesting to see how it plays out in the end for everybody here. Will those old tires prevail? Will we see another caution? So many things that could possibly and potentially happen here tonight. So we'll see momentarily. The pace car will be diving off this time, and we will go racing one more time here for the Bonehead Racing League on virtualracingnetwork.net is the website. You can check it out. We are the sim racing division of raceontexas.com, and they are getting set to go. We're going to hold them off to the very last minute. Unlike regular tracks, if you get a huge jump here, it really doesn't benefit you, actually hurts you, as they will come with a head of steam to catch you. And the 78 going to get the jump we were talking about, and he will not hold on to the lead for much longer. I have a feeling with that kind of jump, we may see him do it, as he's going to jump down in front of the 78. But had he got just a little bit more jump, and not sure why there, again, our green flag is not triggering like it's supposed to. But for some reason it's not. Regardless, green flag is back out. And there you see the 78 out front. But again, he got a little bit of a jump, but he didn't do enough to hurt him. So that is good for him. But it looks like the 2 is going to go. We got Brandon Andrews, and a caution is out once again. And let's go back and take a look and see what happened. And again, caution coming out once again. And I'm not sure who, but I believe Brandon Andrews in the 24 is involved. Now let's take a look and see what happened. I'm not sure exactly what brought it out. And, oh, the 75 with a little bumper hook there to the 2 going around of Jacob Hoppy, and the 75 still getting pounded back there. Let's go back. Let's go to the 75 if we can. If we can find him on the charts anyway. There he is, Scott Mertz. And we'll see right in here, you'll see just a little bit of a slight bumper hook going down. And you'll see it, the 2 all over the 78. And then the 75 gets a piece of the action as well. Again, I don't know if you can call Scott Mertz at fault there. He definitely did get to the back bumper and spin him around. However, the 2 was all over the back bumper of Adrian Piedra there. So the 2 being Jacob Hoppy. So he was wiggling back and forth there a little bit. So I don't know if you could 100% blame it on the 75. While the bumper hook did come from him, they were all wiggling back and forth there a little bit. And when you start wiggling like that and not staying in a straight line, that is a product that can sometimes happen, as we are under caution here once again for the 5th time tonight here at Talladega Super Speedway. We currently have 26 laps to go when they get to the line. So we'll go ahead and step away to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Are you in the market for a quality new or used car, truck, or SUV? Head on down to Sames Ford in Corpus Christi, Texas, and browse through their inventory today. You won't be disappointed. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are just about ready to get this thing going one more time. We're going to have 24 laps to go when we get the green flag. Are we out of cautions? No, I don't think so. I think we're going to see a few more before it is all said and done here tonight. As again, I do not think we are out of the woods when it comes to cautions for tonight's race. It'll be a question to see how many more is going to be in store, as it's going to be definitely a shootout to the end. The question is, will we see 1, 2 cautions? Will we see none? Well, I really don't think we're going to see 0 cautions here. Right now, Adrian Piedra leading this race here at the moment, and Brandon Andrews sitting in second place. We've already talked about the history just in this race between those two drivers, as the 78 gave a shot to the back bumper of the 24 while he was leading the race and got him loose, gave him a second shot. That spun him around, and he had to fight his way back to the front of this field. And here he is once again on the outside, leading, well, trying to lead this race again. At the moment, he's technically scored as a leader, but it's going to be the 78 that gets to start this race, as they are just about ready. Pace car will be diving off this time. Again, this is going to get very interesting here. We got the 88 pushing the 24 and the 80 pushing the 78. We'll see how it works out. Again, Joshua Kane pushing Brandon Andrews, and Russell Kane in the 80 pushing Adrian Piedra here to restart this race on lap 57 with 24 laps to go. Now, how will this race work out? Who will come out victorious? Green flag back in the air. We are racing one more time here at Talladega Super Speedway, and it has been a great race so far. But the question is, how will it end? Will we see a green flag finish, or will it end under caution? How many more cautions will there be? And so we're going to see. It's going to be the 24. I think that's going to be edged out here just a little bit to take the lead. He does. Is this going to be Andrews back to the front? He's led 19 laps so far, and he would love to lead the rest of them, as he had to fight his way back to the front after getting dumped there earlier in the race. And here he is once again. And speaking of back to the front, Jeff Price sitting in third place, as he has fought his way back as well. Harrison Chandler in fourth place, pushing him here at the moment. As we got a nice little single car file here going on for the front. I'd say about 5 cars, as we have Aquinas LaBeouf in there as well. He can't decide if he wants to go down the middle or stay in the bottom. He's going to ultimately stay on the bottom lane. So the first about 8 cars, single file around this track, and that is going to push Adrian Piedra all the way back to 10th place. As he, we talked about it earlier, can be move around a lot. He got shuffled to the back with Russell Caney in a hurry, as he was unable to really do anything on that outside the road. It just didn't work. Everyone came to the bottom, and that is where the line wants to stay, as we right now have 22 laps to go when they get to the line here in about 10 seconds or so, probably less than that. Right there's the line, 22 laps to go, as it is Brandon Andrews out front leading the race, followed by Joshua Kane, Jeff Price, Harrison Chandler, and there goes the 12 and the 8 going around. Caution is out. Let's go back and look here and see what happened to the 12 as he goes around. I say it was the 12. There it is. Trenton Sneed in the 8. Sorry, there it is, the 12 of Luis Ricardo. Let's go back and see what happened here to the 12 as he goes around, and that'll bring out the caution once again. And not sure exactly what happened here. And a little bumper hook there from the 8 of Trenton Sneed, and that will send him around. Looked like the 12 may have checked up just a little bit. I'm not sure. Let's go back and take another look. As let's go on board here with the 12 and see if we can get a shot here. If we could go to his helmet cam and see if he checks up here at all. Not sure if he did or not. It doesn't look like it, but it's so hard to tell just the very little bit as we're going to go back to our main camera. But regardless, getting a little bit of a hook there going around. Trenton Sneed just bumping him there, but again, it looked like he was running and all of a sudden caught him real quick there at the end. But we'll have to just wait and see how that one plays out, who will be technically listed as at fault. But Brandon Andrews out front right at the moment, followed by Joshua Kane and Jeff Price, as we are under caution once again here for the 6th time for 14 laps. We are going to have about 18 to go when we get the green flag one more time. So we'll be back after this quick commercial break. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are winding down on laps. We want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. You're watching Bonehead Racing League on the Virtual Racing Network, as we are the sim division of RaceOnTexas.com. Of course, real quick, if you have a business out there If you are looking to sponsor VRN, we have a few spots available left for 2019. Of course, we are now a part of Race on Texas and the 52 Media LLC. So make sure you get a hold of us today if you're looking to sponsor the channel, as we have some great opportunities available here for sponsorship, whether you want to sponsor just the channel or if you're looking to expand a little further and go into sponsoring the Race on Texas side of things as well, get some real life racing and sim racing exposure for your company. We can cover both of your needs, but it looks like we are just about ready to get the green flag one more time. All right, pace car diving off. It's going to be 18 laps to go. Again, I do not think we're out of the woods here for caution. Right now, it's Brandon Andrews, Joshua Kane, and Jeff Price out front. Those are your top three here at the moment. Here's Chandler in the mix as well. We'll see how this one goes. Green flag is back in the air. We are racing one more time here for Bonehead Racing at Talladega Super Speedway here on iRacing, as it has been a pretty good race so far. It's going to be Jeff Price is in second. He's pushing the 24 of Brandon Andrews to the lead, followed by Joshua Kane in third place, and Harrison Chandler in fourth, and Clinus LaBeouf sitting in fifth place at the moment. Will Rodarmer sitting in sixth place. He's worked his way to the front of this field once again, and he's looking to get to the very front of this field and maybe lead some more laps here tonight. Again, pull that up there. We've seen 6 cautions, 16 laps of caution, and also 16 different lead changes here tonight. Not necessarily 16 leaders, but we have had 16 different lead changes between the cars. As again, we obviously cannot have 16 different leaders, so there are cars that have not led. Sparks flying as we have a connection issue from somebody that looks like they're going to somewhat sort it out, as it was so fast we couldn't even see who it was. But it looks like the 3 of Warren Watkins is going to get hung out on the outside. He has nobody to help him out there, and he is going to lose about 6, 7, 8 spots, as he's going to go from about 5th place all the way down to 13th, as he just had nobody helping him on that outside row. Here they come, though, on the outside, but just in the middle row, as they're not going to take it 3 wide. Here we have 16 laps to go this time by. We'll see Brandon Andrews out front, followed by Joshua Kane, Jeff Price, Harrison Chandler, and Clinus LaBeouf. Those are your top 5 drivers. Really, only one spot matters at the end of the night, and that is first. And it can change in a heartbeat here. Probably can change about 4 times a lap. You just never know how it's going to go. As we go back here to Will Rodarmer, who dipped below that yellow line there for a minute, but he does keep it going. Right behind him is going to be the, well, now in front of him, the 78 of Adrian Piedra, that is currently in 6th place after being involved in another caution, and that was going to put it back, but he's back up to 6th place, trying to fight his way through this field once again. Meanwhile, we're going to go up a few spots. These guys are really starting to get shaky out there. They're starting to get dicey and go back and forth. You see right there, that weaving and going back and forth is the last thing you want to see in front or behind you. You definitely don't want to see it in front of you. You really, really do not want to see it behind you, as that is when you could get a bumper hook. You'd rather see it in front if you have to see it, but quite frankly, you don't want to see it anywhere on the track, as it looks like Will Rodarmer, he was going to try to go through the middle, but he's going to opt to go back down to the bottom row and just hang in there and keep it going. On the outside, you have the 88, the 29, the 78, and the 2. Looks like Russell Caney in the 80 is going to get involved as well. So we're starting to see that outside row start to form together just a little bit more than it was here just about 3 laps ago. So they are starting to make something happen here, as it looks like we're going to have the 78 of Adrian Piedra go to the high side. He's going to bring the 2 and the 80 with him once again, as those 3 have been working together all night long. It's really that outside row just not working. They're not able to go anywhere, as they've tried it 2 or 3 times and it just has not worked for them here tonight. So they're going to keep trying to use that line, but again, it's just not working. Running there. We have 13 laps to go here at Talladega Super Speedway in your race, as Brandon Andrews still out front, and once again the 78, 2, and 80 are going to try that high side. They may be able to, I don't know if they're going to get the lead, but they may be able to at least catch up with Will Road Armor here and go side by side for 3rd place. But I really think that inside line is going to prevail. They have more cars down there to go, but only about 2 more, but still about 3 more, 4 more if you count those cars back there a little ways. Everyone is on the lead lap though right now, and Will Price sitting in 2nd place. He is pushing Brandon Andrews into the lead. We are 3 wide here for about 4th position. For the most part, we're not 3 wide everywhere, but we are again for top 5. As Will Road Armor being pushed by the 23 of, we'll find him there, that is Clinus LaBeouf. Those 2 in the middle, and somebody got one other car behind them, but not really a whole lot going on. And because of that car falling back there, and there goes Jeff Price off the track. What happened? Excuse me. He goes through the grass. No caution comes out though. Something happening there to the 14, as he is going to go through the grass, and now he's going to get back onto the racing surface. But something happened, and there's the caution going to be coming out, and it's a parking lot on the front stretch here. Trenton Sneed in the 8 going around. Now let's go back and take a look. There's where the 14 pulled off, and maybe overheating, something going on with that car. We're going to see what happened here. The 8 obviously being involved in this, and not sure what happened. It's carnage happening here. Looks like Russell Caney going to be involved possibly. Well, let's go back. Let's go and take another look at this here. Let's go to the aerial coverage cam if we can. There's the 14 peeling off. Again, I think something happened there, but not what brought up the caution. We're watching the 78 and the 2 and the 23, and looks like the 78 gets to the back bumper of the 37, rubs him, and then smacks the outside wall in the process, bringing out the caution. So the 78 of Adrian Piedra technically I think would be credited with that. As we're going to go back and take one more look, you'll see right here the 78 running the outside, the 37 going to go up and try to block that momentum just a little bit, and he gets to the outside row, and there he goes. So the 78, the 37 trying to cut off that momentum, as anybody would do here at Talladega. And it looks like the 78 going to push the 2 to pit road, and we'll see if he's going to make it. So again, getting a push there from the 78 to the 2 of Jacob Hoppy going to pit road. We'll go back up to your race leader. That is the 37 of Will Road Armor, followed by Clinus LaBeouf, Brandon Andrews, and Russell Caney are your top 4. Jeremy Funk rounding out your top 5. Again, not sure what happened to Jeff Price, but he is back on the racetrack right now. So we'll see if we can't step away, get a word, figure out what happened to him, as we have less than 10 to go when we take the green again. We'll be right back. Alright, lights are off on the pace car, folks. You know what that means. We are going racing this time by. It's going to be 8 laps to go. Are we out of the woods for cautions? I still say no. I do not think we are completely out of the woods. So far, let's take a look here at our caution information. 7 cautions for 19 laps. As we've had 17 different lead changes here tonight, a lot of those being brought because of the cautions that have come out, as different leaders have opted to stay out. A lot of those lead changes again coming under the caution. As we are set to go, pace car will be diving off this time by, and we're going to go racing here once again for the Bonehead Racing League on Virtual Racing Network here at Talladega Superspeedway with 8 laps to go. Alright, pace car has made its descent to pit road. Again, if we have a caution with 5 to go or less, the race would be over. Right now, we have 8 to go. It says 9, but it'll be 8 when we take the green flag. There it is. The green flag is out. They're coming to the line, which is past pit road right there. 8 laps to go. So, of course, we have only 3 laps that the caution could come out, and we would go racing again. We'll see how this one plays out. It's Will Road Armor out front, followed by Clinus LaBeouf in second. Andrews, Caney, and Chandler in the top 5, as well as it's going to be Adrian Piedra back in 13th place now. He lost several spots there, and somebody's in the sucker hole, and that is going to be the 23 of Clinus LaBeouf. He gets to put in the sucker hole right in the middle. Nobody's going to come out to help him. He is going to fall several spots here early in this little run. Will he have enough time to get to the front is the question, as he is going to go from about 2nd place all the way so far to 7th place, and he's going to lose a few more, as it looks like maybe he'll have the 78 help him out just a little bit. Of Adrian Piedra is going to get up there and try to make something happen, and there comes the 2 once again to help the 78, as they've been working together for pretty much this entire race. We'll just have to wait and see how this one does play out, as there's a lot of shaking up going on here early in this little stint, as everyone wants to get to the front here with 7 to go, 6 to go this time by. And again, Clinus LaBeouf going to fall back all the way to 13th place now, as he got shuffled back through the field. Meanwhile, back up front is the 37 of Will Road Armor, leading the race right now. And coming to the outside is going to be Jeremy Funk and Jeff Price, 2 drivers we have not talked about. Well, one of them, we talked about Jeff Price earlier in the race and had issues there, and we didn't get to see what happened with him in the 75 just a little while ago. We may have had a little hook there that went on, but he was able to save it. Didn't bring out a caution, so we'll maybe go back and look at that after the race. But he was able to hang on to it. The caution eventually came out, maybe a saving grace for him, as he was not involved in that caution, as he's got the 8 of Trenton Sneed behind him right now, pushing him on that outside row. As here comes the 24, Brandon Andrews, back to the front. And right here, this is the point of no return. 5 laps to go here at Talladega Superspeedway. If a caution comes out now, the race is over. This is the last thing anybody wants to see, is a caution coming out. Right now, we've got the 3 that have been working with each other, pushing the 24 of Andrews right now. Again, that is the 78 who's going to take it to the high side, leave his buddies there high and dry, as he immediately jumps to the high side, and that may be enough to cost him the win, as he's going to go 4 wide, and he is going to get shuffled to the back here with 5 laps to go. I'm not going to say he's completely out of it, but that was probably a race-winning or losing move here in that case, as he went from about what would be third place roughly right now, all the way back to 14th position. As again, that cost him a ton here in the race, and we'll see how this one does shake out as we have 4 laps to go. And a little bit of a smoke there from somebody blinking just ever so slightly. The tires hit back on the track, and that is what causes that smoke. As we are watching this race intently as they're coming up for 3 to go. It's Will Road Armor, Brandon Andrews, Russell Caney, and Jeremy Funk in your top 4, followed by Jacob Hobby in the 5th position. As Andrews, again, having a bump, two bumps there from the 78 earlier. That spun him around while he was leading the race, and now he has fought his way back to the front. Here comes the 37 of Will Road Armor through the middle. Will he take the lead? He's not quite clear of the 24. He's going to have to hang on to it in the middle. And no, it's not going to work. He goes around. Somehow that'll do it. Caution is out. We got cars upside down. Russell Caney is in the lead. We'll see Jeff Price in second. Will Road Armor looks like he wasn't quite clear. Let's go back and take a look here. Let's go to the aerial cam and see. Brought to you by Sames Ford. And he was being pinched all around, but I don't think he was quite clear enough. And we'll see. No, not quite clear, and I'm not sure, maybe the 24 maybe slid up just a hair too, and that is going to wipe out a lot of people in the back of the field. Let's go back and take one more look here at this and see what we can find. Again, you're watching the 37 of Will Road Armor and the 24 of Brandon Andrews, and watch that yellow line. That's our determining factor here to see. And the 24 right on it. And again, still not a good view at it. Let's go back one more time. Keep an eye on the yellow line. That again is what we're watching here for. As we're going to go to Will Road Armor here and watch the. We're watching for the 24. I don't know. I don't think he wavered too much from the yellow line, but that's what we're watching for, to see if the 24 did waver up at all. And at the point of contact, I don't think he was really holding it. He was holding his line pretty good. I don't think he wavered up too terribly much, but either way, they were right there beating and banging, and that will bring out the caution, and that will end the race. Russell Caney unofficially going to be your race winner, followed by Jeff Price, and Jacob Hoppy going to be your top 3 here tonight. Again, unofficially followed by Brandon Andrews, Warren Watkins, Adrian Padilla. Wow, we cannot talk today. Adrian Padilla. Wow, we'll call him Pete tonight. I cannot talk right now. Then followed by Scott Mertz, Clintus LaBeouf, Ryan Flanagan, Louis Accardo, Will Road Armor, Joshua Kane, Brandon Morris, Harrison Chandler, Trenton Sneed, and Jeremy Funk going to be out of the race 1 lap down. So it's Piedra. There we go. The 78 of Adrian Piedra in 6th place. That is unofficially how they're going to finish here tonight. As right now, Russell Caney sitting at the top of your leaderboards here, leading this race. As the white flag is in the air, go ahead and pull up your drivers here. That is your unofficial running order right now. As again, white flag is in the air while we're under caution here tonight. So, unfortunately, that is going to do it. As we're going to have Russell Caney hitting our blue cone there to knock it out of the way. But that is going to do it. It'll wrap it up here. As we still have, of course, our post-race show with our top 3 drivers coming up here momentarily. So we're going to go ahead and step away with that here. And, we'll wait here just a minute to officially declare the winner. But not the way anybody wants it to go here, but unfortunately it does end. Good news is coming in June, it looks like we will be getting green-white checkers. So, of course, we will not be ending under caution anymore, as we will have a green-white checkered 3-lap shootout. All right, there you have it right there. Russell Caney coming to the line. Your race winner here as soon as he crosses the line here in just a moment. And that will be right there. Your race winner here tonight is going to be the 80 of Russell Caney, getting the win here at Talladega Super Speedway. I'm sure he'll be doing some celebrating here in a moment. So, of course, we will drop down to his car. Meanwhile, we're going to step away and get ready for the post-race show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be talking to those top 3 drivers here in just a few moments. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have our second place driver here with us, and that is, of course, going to be the 14 of Jeff Price. And we're Jeffrey Price, Jeff Price. We'll ask him which one he prefers. It says Jeff Price in here, and Jeffrey Price over there, but we'll confirm with him. But finishing in second place after I don't know if I'd call it a rough night, but definitely some ups and downs. But in the end, you come back and you finish in second place. So what was it like out there, Jeff, on this track tonight?
It was, and it's Jeff. I like to go by Jeff for the most part. Like, you can call me Jeffrey if you want. I don't care. But for the most part, it was a decent race. We had a nice long run. Went up, tried to go up there early, and got bumper hooked by the 75 almost twice in the race, but that's fine. So I just kind of hung out in the back, did what I normally do, just had some fun, and got to the 2 laps to go, and I knew I had to go. So got up there and thought I had something for him, just kept getting taken 3 wide. So finally I just took somebody else 3 wide because I had enough of it, and had to get that top 5.
Well, It's crazy. You talk about somewhere like Bristol where tempers get flared and fenders get bit. You have probably the most space of any track when you come to Talladega, but yet you get the same kind of results here. You get a lot of beating and banging, and people driving more aggressive than they probably need to, like they would at somewhere like Bristol. So, the two may have nothing in common. Track wise, the way it looks, how fast they go, but yet you still have the same mentality almost when you come here. It's a really weird deal. But again, we're not going to keep you here too long. You did finish in second place. You put on a heck of a show for the fans. And we know you got some sponsors and shout outs on the car you want to thank. So who would those be for that second place finish?
Well, yeah, first of all, I just want to thank Russell for putting on the league. I've had my ups and downs, but it's been a lot of fun, especially the last couple of weeks, getting the wins and stuff. Big thing for Moggs for coming on and sponsoring the series. And then big time new sponsor. Well, it's been on my car for a while, but it's my main sponsor now is Beneath the Skin. They're a foundation that helps young women get one-on-one help with depression and things, stuff like that. Just go to beneaththeskinonline.org, and we need advisors, all kinds of things just to help people come in to talk to. So it's really a major thing in my life. A lot of depression runs in my family. And last thing is 5-3 Supply for staying on for about 4 more races. It's going to be a sad when they leave, big YouTube channel, but it's been a pleasure to have them. So, and I appreciate you for broadcasting, bud.
All right. Well, again, congrats on the second place. And that will bring us to third place, who wasn't sure he wanted an interview or not, but we're going to go ahead and get him, and that is the 2 of Jacob. So welcome, of course, to the booth. And same deal, kind of a rough night out there, almost a short track style, as tempers were flaring as we could hear them over race chatter, and some fenders definitely got bent here tonight. But overall, you finished third, so what was it like out there, and just how rough was it for you? And looks like we are not going to have him here with us, so we will carry on with the show. So we will head over to our race winner here tonight, and that is going to be the 80 of Russell Caney. Again, getting the win here. Didn't lead, I don't believe, but very few laps. But you got the win, and that's what matters. Just a great race, obviously, to finish in the win. But same question, what was this track out there? Is we hear over radio communication, the tempers were getting flared here tonight.
Yeah, quite a bit of tempers were going out, and it was a lot of stress. I'm tired. I'm in a bit of pain right now. I don't even know how I finished this high up in the session this weekend, because right now my left side of my rib cage is killing me again. But, it's great to have this 80 machine back in victory lane after what happened at the Roval.
Well, definitely a good run. Obviously in pain, so we won't keep you here too long. But an outstanding run for you here tonight to get the win. And we know you got those sponsors on the car and shout-outs. So who would those be for that race win here tonight?
I want to mainly thank War Thunder and Traxxas for the Thunder machine tonight. I want to thank Moggs again for sponsoring us here tonight. They've been a big part of this series, and hopefully for more series to come. Also, I want to thank my family, my friends, and relatives for all they've done for this, and it means a lot not only to me, but the BHR community as well.
All right. Well, there you have it, your race. I want to hear the 80 of Russell Caney. That, of course, will do it for tonight's race. We will see you Monday night, as we're off this Sunday for race course. So we will see you Monday night with some Northwest Xfinity Racing coming up again, Monday night at 9:55 Central Time.